Hello, hello, hello. Who is up there? It's Monday. Where is everybody? All right, so I'm a couple minutes early, apparently. That's probably why nobody's here yet. Hello, Bobby Ann. How are you today? Can you hashtag live? Let me know that you can hear me. That would be fantastic. Just waiting for people to come on. Let me know that you can hear me. I would truly appreciate it. Hi, Donna. How are you today? What'd you say? Sorry? Okay, perfect. My husband just told me that he can hear me, so we are good to go. So, welcome. We are Monday, and Monday to Friday, I do my live cooking show. And today on my little house in the valley, I was supposed to be on at 3. However, I completely, murdered. And my eye doctor appointment is actually not this evening, it's actually tomorrow night. So, this evening, we are going to be making a corn chowder, and we're going to be using the Instapot to do it. So, let's get this recipe started. I hope that you guys have all had a great Monday so far. I found that mine is just flown right by. So, I've gone ahead and I've just pre-washed some small little potatoes. And I'll show you the pack. They're actually mini yellow potatoes. And they're from Your Fresh Market. We actually bought these at Walmart. So all I'm going to do is, I'm going to put them all around this side here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my potatoes, and the bigger ones, I'm going to cut them in 4. So they're kind of cube size, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and throw it in my Instapot insert. That's what's going to go into our Instapot. So, as I'm cutting these up, I'm going to let you know that tomorrow on my little house in the valley, I will be on at 3 because I do have my eye doctor appointment tomorrow night. And because I do have my appointment, I'm going to make a stir fry. So I was supposed to make that Friday, however, that ended up not panning out for us. So I'm going to do it tomorrow for you guys. And then on Wednesday at 5 p.m., we are going to be putting together a lasagna. My daughter Cassandra is going to be coming out for dinner, so I'm going to go ahead and throw a little lasagna together. And Thursday I'll be back at 5, and I'm actually going to, because on Thursday we go up to see my mom at the nursing home, and we usually have lunch with her. She actually asked me the other day if we could make macaroni and cheese, so I'm going to make her a nice homemade mac and cheese, because I refuse to buy the stuff in the box. Sorry, Kraft, but you guys changed that macaroni and cheese just way too much for my likings. Anybody else find that? Comment 1 if you find that the consistency of the mac and cheese, like the Kraft dinner, is completely different from what it was when you were a kid. Because I know the one time that my husband and I tried a box of mac and cheese, we were living in Timmins a few years back, and normally it used to take, when we were kids, it used to take our moms 10-15 minutes to boil those noodles down, right? And now it's what, a minute and a half and they're mush. Your pasta turns to white mush water. So I don't buy Kraft dinner anymore, even the no-name stuff. I just make it at home, make it myself. So because I'm going to be doing that on Thursday for my mom, Thursday evening at 5 p.m., I'm actually going to show you guys, because I'm normally talking about it, I'm going to show you guys how to use your vegetable scraps, put them in your Instapot, and make your own vegetable broth. So that way there, when you're making soups, you've got veggie broth, and now you don't have to go buy it at the store, and you're saving your vegetable scraps, and before you're throwing them into your compost, you're using, you know, using them to their full advantage and saving you money because now you're not buying stuff at the store. So I am just about done cutting these potatoes. And again, I just use a full bag of the small potatoes. Now, if you have big potatoes at home, just use about 6, depending on how many people you're looking to feed. But again, I just find these little potatoes really nice to, they're faster to cut up, and I don't mind the peel on my potatoes, so because it just keeps, you know, again, extra nutrients, right? Keep it all in there. And again, the fantastic thing about the Instapot is that because your flavors are all in here in your Instapot, it ain't going nowhere. All your flavors are just locked in. So when you, trust me, if you don't have an Instapot, get one. It's a complete lifesaver. I'm just gonna actually turn this little light off here. There we go. Whew. I don't mind lighting up my life, but that's a little much. So we got our potatoes. Oh my goodness. Honey, I forgot the corn in the freezer. Can you come grab that for me, please? Main ingredient in the recipe, and I forgot to grab that. I'm so lucky to have your support. Thank you. I'm gonna get rid of this. He says he's not supporting me. He just wants to eat.
If I gotta do this, that means that's what
Rude.
I gotta do.
All right. Thank you, honey. I love you too. Okay, so I'm using frozen corn, and I'm gonna put in, as you can see, I pre-measured it because it was a big, gigantic bag. So 2 cups of corn, and you're gonna toss that right in there. Doo-doo-doo. With your potatoes. All right, and we're gonna put that aside. Now I use, just in case you're wondering, the Green Giant. Like I said, it was like a big, gigantic bag on sale, so I ended up dividing it up into smaller bags. And my awesome husband, of course, had to assist me to do that as well. So, potatoes and corn. Those are your main ingredients. However, this is the part where we start to add either some hidden veggies or just some extra flavor to your soup, right? So, I use, because I'm not a big fan of onions at all. I don't mind green onions on a salad. However, when it comes to like white, yellow, red onions, anything like that, I just don't like them. I find them too strong. So what I've done is I had a medium-sized white onion, and I just went ahead and took 1/4 of it, chopped it off, and I minced it down. So I'm just gonna throw that right in there because, again, mincing it down, you still get the bold flavors and the nutrients, right, without having the texture maybe that you don't like, or that maybe your kids don't like. So in here, hello Chantal, how are you today? Hi Brandy. Thank you very much everybody for tuning in. #live. When you get here, you'll know you're live if the little button's recording in the top right hand corner or left hand corner. If not, you're on replay, so #replay. So this, believe it or not, is 1 carrot. It was like a really huge carrot. So I'm gonna say 2 medium carrots, and all I did again is I threw them in my food processor, and I just kind of like crumbled them down, right? Diced them up. I'm gonna throw that all right in there. All right. So moving on. Next main ingredient. 4 cups of milk. Now I am using just natural milk. If you use Beatrice or whatever brand you use, throw that in there. Even if you are doing this completely vegan, and I would suggest you can use an almond milk, you can use a soy milk, but do not use anything that has a vanilla or any kind of flavor, because it'll throw the whole consistency or the flavoring of the soup just like right off. It'll almost make your soup taste sour. Trust me, I've tried it. Don't do it. If you're gonna listen to anything in my recipes, listen to that. All right, so moving on. Now, I would normally take a tablespoon of butter, and then I would use a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. However, the other evening on the weekend, on Saturday, my husband made dinner because it was my time off. And we had, what did we have? We had a nice pasta, and then he made garlic toast out of sour bread, and he made his own garlic butter. So I'm actually using 2 tablespoons of his leftover garlic butter to put in here. And I'm not going to bother with the garlic powder because I already got that, right? So, high five, honey. Banana. Yeah, all right. So, next up, we are almost done putting all of our ingredients in here, like seriously. So, next up, I'm going to use, actually, I'm not even going to use a 1/4. Just because this stuff here is pretty, it can taste pretty salty. So, I'm just going to put in an eighth. Like 1/8. Right? And this here is called Old Bay seasoning. It's really good for poultry, seafood, stuff like that, or if you want to season meats or soups, salads. My only precaution or my only warning is that it is salty. I don't know if it has, like it says salt, but I don't know if it's a sea salt because it's more salty than your regular table salt. So, just a little FYI for you. Now, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to add, I got some simulated bacon bits, so they're not real bacon bits. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons to my recipe, and these ones here are just the Clubhouse simulated bacon bits. You can omit that if you don't want that in there. I just want a little bit of extra pizzazz this evening in my meal. So now, another thing that I like to put in here normally is a 1/4 cup of shredded cheese. Now, whether you're using sharp or mozzarella, whatever you've got laying around. However, because I have some leftover stuff, I like using up leftover stuff and recreating a dish that I already love. So today, for my cheese replacement of the 1/4 cup, I'm going to use the leftover. This is a medium salsa con queso. It's the Tostito. It's like a cheese and salsa mixed together. And I've got about 2, I measured it out earlier, and there's 2 tablespoons in here. So I'm just going to throw that right in there. And then that empties that jar, and that's one less thing sitting in my fridge for later. All right, and again, because I only added 2 tablespoons, and normally I put a 1/4 cup of cheese, I'm going to throw in just 1 tablespoon of whipped chive Philadelphia cream cheese. Oh, some of it went overboard. It didn't want to be in the recipe. It's like Jack and Titanic there when they're hanging on to in the water. Don't let me go. All right, so that's pretty much all of your ingredients. Now, because I added, now I don't know if you guys have seen this before or not, but I did this the other day on one of my videos. I don't know if you've seen it online or not, but I've already added the Old Bay seasoning, so I've got enough salt in there. So I'm not going to use my salt shaker. However, I want to use a little bit of pepper. Now, if you take your pepper shaker and you turn it upside down, you notice that it stops, right? Like you gotta really shake it for it to come out. All right, so you've got ridges on the bottom of your shakers. Did you know that if you do this, oh, my pepper just like comes out on its own. My pepper's low. I gotta refill my pepper. Should have checked that before I did that, huh? All right, so the only thing you have left, and the reason I saved this for last is because normally when I do my corn chowder, I will do it with a, sorry, I just gotta grab my spoons back here. Normally I will do my corn chowder with a vegetable broth. However, I'm out and I need to make some, so that's why we're doing that on Thursday. So today I'm opting out for water. Now, I'm gonna add 2 cups of cold water. Now this water here came right from our fridge. So it's nice and cold. Now, if I was using vegetable broth, which I wish I had because it does give the entire recipe a fuller body flavor, I would make sure that my vegetable broth is cold. So put it in the fridge before you use it for the recipe. And here is the reason why. You're going to need something to thicken your soup base. Now, depending on how thick you would prefer it, you're going to use, again, 2 cups of cold water, or you can again use 2 cups of 2 cups of cold vegetable broth. So this is actually potato starch. If you prefer to use cornstarch, you can use that as well, because you are making a corn chowder. So, however, I really prefer the potato starch, and I used I ended up using 2 tablespoons. So I did 4 half tablespoons to my 2 cups of cold water or your cold vegetable broth. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and pop that in my Instapot. Ooh, I knocked over the pepper, sorry. That's probably really loud. I'm gonna plug that in. I'm sure you guys can see that. So I'm just gonna give my potato starch. It might stick to the bottom if you leave it too long, so try not to leave it too long. Give that a stir. All right. And I'm gonna add that to the rest of my recipe. And now that all my ingredients are in there, I'm gonna grab my spoon and I'm just gonna give this all a nice big stir, so that way there, nothing sticks. Now, another note, when you're using your Instapot, if you happen to be making a spaghetti sauce and you are using canned spaghetti, I highly suggest putting in a cup of water. I know it sounds crazy, but it helps the Instapot build the pressure that it requires, and because it's trying to build the pressure, if you put just sauce only, it will stick to your Instapot and burn it. So learn that lesson. Don't do it. So we are ready, and we are just gonna take our lid and put it on. Now the knob, this here is like your pressure release. That always is at the back, and you're gonna click it. And I'm gonna turn this light back on for a second because, my lord, my eyes. All right, so sorry, my head's in the way here. I'm gonna hit my soup stew button, and then the cook time once, it's gonna go to 30, and that's it. That's literally it. So it's gonna take usually between 7 to 10 minutes, depending on what's in your Instapot, depending on what you're cooking, for the pressure itself to build up. Always make sure that that little knob that I showed you, the little pressure knob at the back here that I showed you, is down so that the pressure builds up better. Otherwise, it's gonna take a few extra seconds and you're gonna go like, why isn't this started yet? Done it. Don't do it. So that's it. That's your corn chowder. So once the pressure builds up, again, anywhere between 7 to 10 minutes, the timer will start counting down from 30 minutes, and you're going to, it'll beep, and then you're going to come in and hit your cancel button, unplug your Instapot, and carefully use a spoon. Again, Listen, I've done this. It's extremely hot back here. Use a spoon, and there's like a little ledge or edge to the knob that's back here. So you can actually kind of flick your spoon underneath it to help release the pressure, because once that pressure starts coming out, it's a lot. And again, it's really hot. I burnt myself, so don't do that, okay? So other than that, thank you very much for tuning in on my little house in the valley. And I hope when you try this recipe in the future, you let me know. And like always, I will post a picture later of the results. And we will see you tomorrow on What's in the Cup. And don't forget, tomorrow is my doctor appointment. So my cooking show, we will be doing a stir fry, and we'll be doing it at 3 p.m. So we'll talk to you then. Have a great day, everybody.